Nigerian, a broadcast network committed to serving you the very best in online and offline television programming. Situated in the serene environment of Guzape, Abuja FCT, TVN, as it is fondly called, caters to a wide variety of audience via carefully orchestrated mind-blowing programs in the areas of fashion, business, politics, entertainment, religion, movies, food and health, culture and lifestyle, events around the globe, sports and foreign news. Whatever your inclination, we've got you completely covered with programs like Issues of the Moment, The Patriot, Daybreak Nigeria, Matter Africa, TVN Business Time, Healthy Living, From the Cradle, Stay Inspired, Entertainment Gist, Movie Hour, Hits Paradise, among others. All designed to keep you thoroughly informed, entertained, at the edge of your seats and yearning for more. A tour around our domain will reveal a highly dedicated staff force and a state-of-the-art facility and equipment for high-definition quality broadcast, making our station your number one choice in advertising your business and propagating your ideas. We are currently on NightComSat doing our test transmission for takeoff in the nearest future. Television Nigerian is located in Nigeria at Television Nigerian House, Guzape Hilltop Mansion, beside Guzape White House, Guzape Abuja FCT, and in the United Kingdom at 45 Ancient House, 48 Aerodrome Road, Beaufort Park, Colindale, London. For inquiries,
Hello, good morning, and welcome to Rendezvous. Welcome to this week of Rendezvous, and we are here to thrill you about the trending issues that goes on this week. With me to do that today is
I'm Zuwaira Hamza.
Zuwaira
Hamza. How are you, Adi?
I'm okay.
How was your week so far?
Great. And you?
It was awesome.
Okay. It was just excellent on my side. And you know, Zuwaira, a lot of things actually happened this week.
Yes.
This week that passed. And I as a person, I have this a lot of reservations for Adams Oshiomhole.
Okay, Adams have actually been in the news for quite some time now, you know, and he will be going to appeal court on Monday, you know, and we hope a better
before we get to that point
comes out.
Have you ever imagined, because I try to put myself in Adams Oshiomhole's shoes, have you ever imagined that it's just like a principal of a school being suspended, the chieftain of the party suspended?
Well, it happens, you know, such is life, like people will say. It happens, you know, sometimes we actually don't really know what has happened. You get, we are the outsiders. We don't know what has happened inside, you know. We only get to hear the news they want us to hear about, you understand? We don't know, maybe he has done some things wrong and he has been corrected.
What could he have done? What could he have done?
Nobody knows. That is what I'm trying to say, because Adams Oshiomhole on his own side is saying that the conclusion from the high court, you understand, was wrong, you know. They didn't, most of us,
he actually faulted the judgment.
That is what I'm trying to say, you understand? We actually don't know things that have gone wrong, in the past.
Okay,
Maybe that is what
okay.
they are using against him currently. But let's just watch out and see what happens.
Well, that's all in the news, anyways. And up to yesterday, we understood that the appeal court will grant him hearing
on Monday
about his case.
And we hope it comes out well.
You hope it comes out well?
Yeah,
I hope it comes out for the best.
Yes, for everybody,
Because I really love Adam Shishomole. I love him. He's outspoken.
Everybody loves
that party very smoothly.
Yes.
And all of that. But away from all of those.
Everybody loves Adam Shishomole.
Away from that, Zubera.
Yes.
We also saw... What else was in the news? The dethronement of Emir Sanusi.
It came as a shock to everybody. I don't know.
There was a time I was on press talk on in this studio. I was on press talk. We talked about the governor Ganduje.
Okay.
Abusing the powers of the emir, or rather, trying to downgrade the powers of the emir. And that day, I remember I was like, "Wow, that's so wrong." The traditional leader, the traditional ruler, is not only a traditional ruler; he's also a spiritual head.
Yeah, he is.
Of the Islamic people in that town, in Kano State. So for the governor to, have gone ahead now to make sure that he was dethroned and he appointed somebody else. How do you think history is going to take all of that?
Well, Emir Sanusi has been in the news for quite some time now. There's a time he spoke about beggars. He went against it. You understand? He kicked against beggars. He said the family of Al-Majudi should be family, the parents. They should be. He said something. Is it that they should be punished? For giving birth to children which they can't raise.
Of course.
He has been in the news for quite some time, and some of these things, are part of what Islam celebrates. So I guess maybe he overstepped his boundary, you understand? So I think that's part of the reason why he was dethroned. No part of, maybe there are some other reasons which we don't know about, So maybe they are part of the reasons.
Actually.
Yeah.
But from the development of that, of the dethronement and eventual banishment of him to a town in Kaduna, there's the latest news about that now.
Yeah.
But before we go to that, let's go to Sandra Guana's report about the social media bill.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please stay with us.
Stay with us.
The proposed Protection from Internet Falsehoods, Manipulations and Other Related Matters Bill 2019 has been described as an unnecessary piece of legislation. At the hearing in Abuja convened by the Senate Committee on Judiciary, 80% of the speakers opposed protection from Internet Falsehoods and Manipulation Bill, asking the lawmakers to dispose of the controversial bill. They expressed worries over the impact such a bill would have on media houses, journalists and other online users who make a living off the social platforms if implemented.
Therefore, this public hearing underscores the importance attached to the process. On this note, it should be reiterated once more that as a deliberate and responsive Senate, we always pay attention to the fact that our efforts, our reports, are people-oriented and reflect the yearnings and aspirations of the citizenry.
In this government with another bill that further entrenches the levels of impunity and excesses that this country is currently going through would be really dangerous for us and perhaps even very dangerous for our democracy.
The line of the Nigerian Constitution has captured most of these fundamental issues concerning freedom of expression in Nigeria. So it is important that any law and this social media bill in its current form will constitute a barrier to something which Nigeria has already decided it will not allow.
The sponsor of the bill, Senator Mohammed Sani, in his submission insisted that even if the bill is dropped, he will continue to push to ensure that the social media is regulated in Nigeria.
It has assumed a disturbing dimension in recent times. Its damaging implications cut across every fiber of people's communal life, from politics to religion, from business to social life.
Among those who threw their weight behind the piece of legislation are the Nigerian Army and the Nigerian Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs.
To say that we welcome this bill for reasons of national security. To promote national security, measures that may appear to limit individual liberties, but in the interests of the nation are taken.
Proliferation of laws is not a unique ingredient of democratic governance. Therefore, we feel that if there is any need for us to look at the existing laws, we can go ahead and do same rather than proliferate them.
Others argued that passage of the Protection from Internet Falsehoods, Manipulations and Other Related Matters Bill 2019 gives the police limitless powers to arrest and prosecute internet offenders.
Talking about how to fix our constitution through a referendum, because if we had a constitution that is made for the people and by the people, there is no way, like the South Africans have after apartheid, that we'll have a bill like this standing at the people's building here in Abuja. It would never have been considered, and it will mean that some of the people who have this kind of outdated ideas would never have made it to even our Senate. That is the truth. The final thing I want to say is that this bill is dead.
I want to plead with you on behalf of Nigerian youths that you trash this bill and halt its further consideration.
Earlier, President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, who declared open the public hearing, assured that stakeholders at the public hearing were in a better position to provide well-reasoned arguments on the way forward on the bill.
That the right of an individual ends where the right of another individual begins. The rub between the freedom of an individual and the limits of that individual is often a tight one to walk. As a people, however, we cannot stop discussing this freedom and its limitations for peace and harmony, growth and development.
He added that the Senate's position will be partly dependent on the committee's reports on the social media bill. Not less than 60 civil society organizations, media practitioners, and concerned Nigerians made their reservations on the controversial
I would not want to say that that is one of the most controversial bills that I've ever heard about in the National Assembly. That debate was so hot.
Yeah, it was, it was. And I actually don't support the social media billing. I don't support it.
Oh, you mean that even to you is dead on arrival?
Yes, it is, but I think it should be also a warning to other people. You get people just because I have opportunity to post anything online, they misuse the availability of the social media. So I think this should be like a warning to everybody.
Well, Zoera, I don't think that it should have come to this point. The National Orientation Agency should orientate everybody that is above the age of 18
on what to be posted,
on how to use the social media. Is another part of our lives. Imagine the world is becoming globalized.
Yeah, it is.
Do you understand that we are moving towards a global village? So if you prohibit some people from having access to that global village, to the internet, it's just like you shut them back in their villages.
No, I'm not sure it's like
even if they're living in the cities.
It's not shutting them down. I think it's just they limit what should be posted. You understand?
No, those sites, most of those sites like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, they have regulations. They have a way of regulating the contents that are being posted on them. So this is not all about the government. This is a minor headache for the government, but they choose to take a very big dose of paracetamol to it. There are so many bills in the National Assembly right about now that are not supposed to. Let me give you an example. The National Assembly last week, the bill to ban importation of generators into the country has passed first hearing. And I believe that sitting that they had, they were using generator. National Assembly. No, I'm not saying this to spite them, because I know if they are not using as of that time, they have it as backup.
Yeah, everybody needs a generator. Everybody needs a generator. I think maybe it will help we Nigerians to start, producing our own homemade generator.
At least we should see the science first. You see the science
don't
first.
worry. People will begin to sit off, you understand?
No,
these are the little things that pushes people to begin to use their skills to produce things,
you know, like good fetch firewood?
No. Like when somebody hears now, when somebody has all this talent to create things, now they hear about, okay, they want to ban importation of a generator. you begin to put one or two things together. Say, okay, since they will ban it, let me start making some in my house. You
globalization, innovation, and all of those things. You need light to think.
Yeah, we need light to think, but at least there's a reason.
Have you seen the darkness around me?
Don't go there. Anyway, moving forward, ASU remains adamant.
Oh, those are happenings now in Nigeria?
Yes.
Well, ASU, it was so surprising. The president last week also came out and said, ASU, resume your strike. It makes no sense. Cut off that strike and get to work. There's no money anywhere. And attach yourself to IPPIS. But they have refused. They have refused.
You went to a university.
I did.
You know what everybody went through in our system right now. Our system, I wouldn't say it's poor, you understand, but I think they need to sit up. So ASU going on strike, they have their reasons. You get. They have their reasons. Their demands are not being met. You go to a lecture hall. You're like 300 persons in a mini hall. You guys are sweating like, you understand. Their demands are not being met. So I think if the federal government will listen to them, they will not just wake up and say they want to go on a strike now. No.
But they have been managing,
so they should continue to manage. Do you learn under stress? Do you learn under a hot condition?
You can't learn under stress.
There. Imagine you sleeping without lights. How do you feel?
I looked at most of the things that ASU are demanding for.
Okay.
They said they don't want their salaries to be paid through IPPIS because the IPPIS removes some
portion,
not like some portion. They make them pay.
For coming through them now, for the salary passing through them now.
They make them pay for some things that they would not have paid for, like their membership.
Okay.
To ASU.
Okay.
They will now have to pay through IPPIS.
Okay.
There are some other organizations. There are some loans that they could access. Those things will be deducted by IPPIS. But now they say they don't want that, so that they can be at liberty to control their funds by themselves.
It's
not a bad deal, and I also feel that they are right because some parastatals and some government agencies are also not part of IPPIS. I don't want to name any of them, but ASU has a list of them that are not in IPPIS, and nobody's saying anything. So why is it a must for ASU to join? And for the first time, University of Ilorin has joined. Well, so that means they have a good fight.
Yeah, I think it's their right. I worked for my salary from the first day of the month to the last day. So I should determine how my salary should be used. I think they are right.
I agree with you.
They are right. So nobody should just cut, or maybe now you have demands already. Everybody has a list before your salary comes.
Of course.
When it now comes, you now see that it cannot
meet
the
mega sum and then it doesn't mean anything.
No. I don't support with them. And one of the latest happening is Sanusi relocating to Lagos.
Oh yeah, yesterday night, in the afternoon yesterday we heard that the court ordered that he should be released from that compulsory exile that he has been sent to one small village, an away village in Kaduna State. It's somehow because the Sanusi that I know, I don't want to refer to him as the emir again, because the Sanusi that I know. He's a well-read man.
Yes.
He's well-educated. He's
very
well-traveled, very learned. So, in fact, he even has a library. There's a library in his house, over 1.2 million naira library. And then the day he left, that was the day they removed everything from that library, including the shelves and all of that. You get. So, where are they going to put those things? Is he in that village? No. Such libraries should be in the city. If only for that library. Sanusi should be in Lagos, and he's on his way to Lagos. As of yesterday night, 11:40 something, we saw him taking a flight to Lagos with some of his well-wishers, bidding him farewell and all of that. So I believe that Sanusi slept in Lagos yesterday night, and this morning he should be enjoying the cool breeze of the sea.
Like he's not meant to be in a hidden village. What is he doing there? What is a learned person doing in a village? He's too endowed to be in such place, you get. So I think him relocating to Lagos, it's a positive one for
of course for Nigeria.
For Nigeria, at least, yes.
Come on, talk something about the coronavirus.
Coronavirus is everywhere.
Coronavirus is not everywhere. Do you have it?
No, when I mean it's everywhere, I mean the news of it is everywhere.
The news of it and the fear of it is everywhere. I think some animals even know that something is wrong.
The coronavirus is everywhere, and the good part of it is that people are aware on how to take care of themselves.
Yesterday, there was even a news in Lagos.
Okay.
That the man that was sick, he has been released. He's free now. He's now okay.
Our weather cannot contain coronavirus. I think that's
don't say that too loud because you're not so sure. I saw a picture of in 1918 where a similar outbreak happened. I saw them putting people out in the sun.
To sit
I don't know if we can have those pictures to flash right about now. They were putting sick people
under the sun.
They were putting them out in the sun.
Okay, for them
sun
to be
touch them.
Sunned,
yes.
Like you understand. Oh, okay. What was
18 some. There was an outbreak.
Okay.
That time too.
But not coronavirus.
No, it was not coronavirus, but it was an outbreak as of that time. So, still on Rendezvous. Let's quickly move back to see what Lucky has to say. If your spouse or your partner.
Anyway, when we come back, I'll ask you the question.
So take us there right about now. Thank you.
It's contagious, but you have to at least, stay away.
If you get them, even though I know say you get that thing, I no go close to you. That place I no go even near them. Even though an angel come, you get cholera virus from heaven come, I no go near that place.
He will even want me. He will be happy if I leave him, because he want me to leave.
Have you heard of coronavirus?
Yes.
Now, if someone your close friend, your boyfriend, your sister, or your brother is infected, what will you do?
I'll just isolate myself from that person, because I know it's easily contactable, right? So I just isolate myself from the person.
So if it's your brother or your boyfriend, what will you do?
Your family cannot die, so the best is to isolate myself from that person. If I cannot get a cure for it, I will isolate myself.
You leave the house you leave the house?
Sure.
Are you married?
No, I'm not married.
You have a boyfriend?
Yeah.
So you mean you leave your boyfriend because of the virus?
Yes. He will even want me. He will be happy if I leave him, because he want me to leave.
What if your sister?
The question is hard. It's hard to answer here, because I love my sister so much.
So what will you do? If your sister is infected?
I'll stay with her. I'll look for a way out to solve the problem for her. I'll take her to the hospital. If there is a cure, fine. But if there is no cure, I'll just die with her.
Peradventure, your friend, your partner, your girlfriend or child is infected with coronavirus, what will you do at that moment?
Oh, I will run from her. I will run away from her.
Your wife?
Yes. In the marriage.
What if your child?
Your
child.
Wow. Now what I do? Sure. But we look for a way out.
So what will you do?
Actually, I don't know what to do, sir. But for my own opinion, I'll just leave her.
Leave your wife, leave your child.
Yeah. But I need the child, but I leave the wife.
So if it's your child, what will you do if it's your child?
If it's my child. Yes. That question big past me. I don't. If it is my child, what I will do is that I don't know what to do. Seriously. Funny, a little funny.
Okay, what if it's your wife or your girlfriend?
If my girlfriend, I will leave the game.
I'll run away from the house.
Yes, I will run away from her.
So that is confusing, and I don't pray anybody contacts it, not even anybody I know, because it's a deadly disease. Even though it has been prophesied in a book written by somebody in the past, but it's dangerous. I don't pray anybody contact it. I don't even want it to come to Abuja at all. I don't want it. So if it happens, honestly, there's this kind of a connection, love for your loved ones, is always there. No matter what happens, it's just to always look for solution. You understand? But it's contagious. You understand? It's contagious, but you have to at least, stay away from the person. You can't, when wants to touch or there is a connection, body contact and all that, you might contact it. You need to be very careful as well, So, but at least the appropriate medical attention will be put in place. So,
if it's your child, what will you do?
Well, of course, you can't run away from your child. Like I said, the connection is always there. The blood, and everything. The relationship is there. You can't run away from such a person. You understand? So, because of the love you have for your children, you can't leave any of your children, that is affected. You understand? So, the next thing is to seek medical attention. Like I said, you understand, or report the case to the nearest medical center. For proper medical attention.
What if you discovered it 12 midnight? Now, will you leave the house at that moment? What will you do?
Okay, like as it is, this coronavirus of a thing, people don't really know. It's new now, it's everywhere. But if you say people should tell you the symptoms of coronavirus, most people can't even tell you. So if you're not aware of these symptoms, you might not be able to do anything. So you could see it as normal thing. Maybe it just happened, and you understand. So you can't just say you're not a doctor. You understand? For you to just know this is coronavirus at night, in the middle of the night, all of a sudden, I don't think it's happened.
No, they say we should stay far from people who are sick.
No, I don't think that's a good idea. It's not a good idea to stay away from people that are sick. It's not their fault. Nature could bring about that. You have to show them love, make them feel they can still make it, that God can still give them the opportunity, to stand on their feet. You don't need to run away from them, because at that point, that is where they need you. They need your attention. They need your love. That is exactly what you need, to do to make those people happy and give them hope again, that they can stand on their feet.
At that moment, I will report them to the nearest hospital first.
If it's happening at night and no one is around, what will you do?
There's a way. I will look for solution that night. First, I will first prevent myself from contacting it. Then, maybe I will go outside to ask for help and advice from other people. Because for me, I don't know the solution yet.
You mean you will leave where you live for the person?
For that night, because not that I will leave, but I will protect myself first from contacting it. Then, I will go outside to ask people for advice and solution, because as it is now, I don't know any solution about that sickness.
Now, what if they tell you to take the person to a hospital at midnight? And
yes, I will do.
How will you achieve that?
I can, because in this Abuja, I believe even if it is 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, you will get a vehicle that will lead you to anywhere.
Now, you know that any driver who you will say is coronavirus, the driver will not pick, even though close.
You don't need to tell the driver that the person you want to carry has a disease or whatever. Just tell the driver that the person is not feeling well. You just need the nearest hospital that you should take it to that place, and it will happen.
Now you protect yourself. Now the driver is not protected, and he will be infected.
He is.
The driver will be infected now.
He will not.
When he's not aware, he's not protected. He's to still help you to carry the person.
Don't worry, he will not, because I will try to make sure that he will not contact it.
By
preventing the affected person from coughing out and sneezing out and all the rest.
Truth of the matter is that we are not looking forward to any of our close relatives being infected, but generally speaking, or humanly or godly speaking, everybody in the nation, every citizen of this country is our brother. Yeah, we are all together in this country, and our hope is that this should not escalate beyond what it is now.
So peradventure, if on your way you find out someone is infected, what will you do at that moment?
Well, maybe advise the person to go make it known to the appropriate authority. Maybe go to the hospital, because personally I won't know what to do about him. I'm not a medical doctor. I don't have any of the skills to handle him. So he will better get to a doctor who will handle the matter most appropriately.
So you mean you cannot help at that moment? You can't assist?
Well, from what we've heard, we are to be a bit preventive and cautious in our operations around people are affected with it. Not because we don't like them, but just to try as much as possible to stop flow, the escalation of the sickness.
Have you had coronavirus?
Yes.
Eventually, you discover your close friend, your girlfriend, your boyfriend or your child is infected with coronavirus, what will you do?
I'll just take care of the person by putting him in the house and then, taking care of him anyhow. To my best of ability. I don't know because it doesn't happen, but when it happens, I'll just try my best.
Now, what if you are in the same room with your girlfriend at night, what will you do?
Nothing crazy. Maybe I'll try to get attention of the medical care. I'll try to get medical care.
So, what if you try to get it there? It's not there.
I'll just start Googling or something, trying to find solution. So, and I know basically the only solution is to quarantine the person, and I won't want that to happen to the person I care for. So I'll just try to quarantine us together. If I catch it, then fine. I said if I catch the coronavirus in the process, then fine.
So you are ready to go with this?
Yes, we are all going to die eventually. So what made me think if I survive the coronavirus, I will live the next day? How sure am I will live the next day?
You cannot die instantly now?
Yeah, of course. I don't know. I don't know whether I'm even going to reach house today.
Wow.
I'm not sure.
So you are ready to sacrifice?
Of course.
This one is family something. I cannot live there. I will find the best way, like to get medical attention, stuff like that.
Now, if you try to not have then they are not responding, what will you do?
I don't think there's anything I can do. I will just try and do anything. Maybe if at the process, if I got infected, then fine. I cannot leave my family because of coronavirus now. It will not make any sense at all.
So do you prefer all of you to die?
Yeah, we won't just die at the same time, like because of coronavirus now.
No, if all of you are infected, so what will happen?
So that is just the thing that I want to happen. But I cannot just leave my family because of coronavirus. It will not make any sense. Like,
if your close friend, your sister is infected with coronavirus, what will you do?
I will take him or her to the hospital.
I hope if you get close to her, you'll be infected. What will you do?
When I find out that she or he is sick, I'll first of all go to the hospital and complain first before any further anything I can do.
What if it's midnight? Will you leave the house?
No.
You stay in the house with her?
Yes.
What if you
Well, life is all about risk now. So you cannot say because your family is infected with something or sickness, you just dump her and leave the house. The best you just do, you pray first before anything.
Now, what if it's a boyfriend?
I will not run, I will wait.
And stay with...
But the fact is that I will just give him space, but I'm not leaving the house.
Now, what if he's hungry and he cannot feed himself? I ask you, please, come on.
That's another issue. Well, on my own understanding, I'll prepare the food, but I don't know how the coronavirus is, but I can feed him. After all, I'm not giving the food through my hand, it's through spoon or anything.
When you get close to someone who has it, you contact it.
I have to protect myself before going inside there.
Eventually, you discover your girlfriend is infected with coronavirus. What will you do?
What will be my action? I will not avoid that, and what I will have in my mind and the confidence I will have, I will not forget or avoid that. Because of that, I will pray to God and believe in my heart and ask her to believe that God is there for her. Maybe it happens like that for us to experience one or two things in life, so that we believe God more in our life in any other thing we are doing.
Now, if he's hungry and ask to feed her, will you feed her?
Now we pray so that the God should take the feeling away and let her be in herself. Let God be in her sister and let the Holy Spirit take control.
Okay, now what I want to know, if both of you are in the house at midnight, it happened, what will you do?
And it happens, and one's house...
You discover that she has coronavirus, what will you do?
At that moment, what will be in the action is prayer. Not sin more than that, because at that you discover yourself, you find yourself in such situation. At that moment, you just need God, and you need nothing. God after God, you need in your life at that time.
I will take care of them.
By
number one, by reporting to the agency in question. We must die. So we can't run from death. One day something must kill a man. So we can't abandon them. We have to sit with them and take care of them.
We talking about the coronavirus in Nigeria is something that has been exists for quite a long time. It's not something that just come up suddenly. The prophecy of the Bible have been talking about that the pestilence will come. And this is the time that nobody knows why those things come this very time. So what we need to do is to take our precaution. Every prevention is necessary to take so that this thing will not take us on our way.
Okay, sir. Mistakenly now, someone you know, your friend, your wife, or your child is infected, what will you do?
Well, we are living in a wicked world. There's nothing we can do because what we need to do is either we take the necessary caution of the medical sector, understand? So when we do so, at least we can be able to protect others.
So now, what if people are in the house midnight, you discover that your wife or your child is infected at midnight? What will you do at that moment?
Right, I think the federal government has set some medical sector aside for people to be rushed somebody that develops such virus in the body for a proper checkup and for the proper medication. So that's only what I can do.
So use your hand and carry?
Well, of course, what are you going to do?
Now if you touch, if you're affected?
I don't think so. I don't
don't want it.
So
I don't want to even talk about it.
So what if you...
If there's anything Nigeria can do, let me do it.
So if someone you know, or your wife affected, what will you do? Or your friend?
No, I even pray to be, or somebody I know to be affected.
So Ade, before we went on the break, I wanted to ask you, what will you do if your spouse has coronavirus?
My spouse cannot have coronavirus. She has not been to Italy. She has not been anywhere. Where will she get it from? That's a question I would have asked Lucky the first time if I were the one. Where? Hey.
Okay, now you never can say,
The
contact from
coronavirus,
people that have traveled out, you never can
From
say.
the information I have, Zura, the coronavirus was dead on arrival.
But some people said, like, from the Vox Pop, if my spouse have coronavirus,
they will run away. No.
And everything.
You probably will have it. If your spouse has coronavirus and is confirmed, probably everybody in your house already has it.
No. Maybe in a situation whereby the person has not been around for some time, get on arrival, the person just went straight to the hospital and the person call you that.
No, they should quarantine. They should just quarantine her in that place.
She shouldn't come close to you.
He shouldn't come close to us.
Your spouse.
Not me alone. Not me. Us.
As in
us.
Your partner.
Forget partner now. Calm down. She has coronavirus.
No, that's
so leave that one aside first. You should quarantine her. It's not because of me. It will be because of us.
Us.
Yes.
Who are the us?
The society. The larger society. Not me and not myself. That would be too personal. Come on now, Zura.
That's not nice. Okay, Spectacle.
Oh, Spectacle, yes. Spectacle.
He did a program on coronavirus where a Nigerian, our own Nigerian,
Bashir, I saw that young man.
Yes, creating an artificial
intelligence machine
which can detect coronavirus.
Yeah.
That is a
awesome.
Brilliant one. I
really
told you,
awesome.
if they can ban generator, definitely you see people that will create generator in Nigeria.
What did they ban that has made this young man to begin to do this?
That's what I'm saying. Creative mind, creative thinking.
He probably has a lot of life.
We never know. Maybe you'll be the one that will create this generator thing. But let's see what Spectacle has for us, please.
Abdul Rahid, welcome to Spectacle.
Thank you very much.
I can't shake you anymore.
Problem, it's not allowed.
All right, straight to the point. You have developed an AI and you are in Nigeria, and I'm proud of you.
Thank you so much.
And I believe the country is also proud of you. First of all, the device you created, the AI you created, do you see a link between that security function it has with helping in clinical function, especially the fight against coronavirus, COVID-19?
Yeah, I think AI has a vast amount of application, especially in healthcare. So coronavirus, to me, like the way it spreads, can be contained in pretty much with AI, because AI is a discipline that, when given too much amount of data and enough computing, it can make predictions and it can provide solutions. So I think if you kind of look at the way it's done in cancer prognosis, it's more about predicting what type of cancer that a patient has, and also another application which you can detect the spread. So if you kind of take that application and given enough data, you can model the way coronavirus it's kind of spreading, and then you can tend to make a prediction in terms of what could be done. So healthcare, for me, I would say that any algorithm that that enables diagnosis, prognosis, and enables suggestions for treatment, it's hugely advantageous in terms of dealing with such problems. And what I think could be done, especially in the area of AI, are things around the prediction, detection, recovery, and response. These are all parts which the government can play a role, as well as individuals. It can play a role in helping to contain this infection, because right now we still haven't found a cure yet. So all we can do is take preventive measures and use the data we collect, and thankfully for us, the Nigerian Ministry of Health is doing so much in providing data. So that is very good enough, and of course we're trying to experiment on things to see how we can contribute in this pandemic.
All right, the area of precautions analysis, especially if you go to the airport, you find humans trying to, quarantine people coming in from abroad. We have train stations and we have bus stops. In some countries, they've started, mounting AIs across the bus stops and the airport. Do you see that feasible in Nigeria?
Yeah, pretty much that is more about infrastructure. And I think that there are many places, if you go out, shopping malls, airport, you will see preventive measures are being taken. People wearing masks, which is good. So all those are preventive measures that could be taken. But in terms of what data could do, it's more about getting access to this data and then applying predictive algorithms to come up with solutions.
Now you mentioned prediction, detection, and what is the third one?
Recovery and response.
Recovery and response. Now, how could this machine, this AI, actually be automated to doing this?
Yeah, so it all goes back to the data. If you have enough data, there are two things actually I would say. Having enough data with label classes could be easy. So we have a data of patient who we know is a corona, patient is tested positive, and then we take some of that data and plug it into an algorithm, and then we make a prediction. And in most cases, the algorithm will attain a degree of accuracy about 80, 90, somewhere close to 100. And that could be used in terms of preventing future cases by testing new patients, new suspected cases, and then matching them on that. That could make a prediction of whether or not, these patients, it's kind of susceptible to such disease. That's prevention. And detection also, AI could play a role. Having a trained model, and then, you feed in a new set of data, and then you kind of, even though the AI, it's a black box. Mm-hmm. Many of us don't really know how it works, but it works. Okay. We plug in the data and then we make a prediction. And so the AI is just a guidance to the medical expert, because you can't take this away from them. They are the experts here, but it's just a guidance given them enough data. Of course, they cannot process huge amount of data. Machines can do that better than them, so it guides them towards making decision. And talking about response, that is something that I think and I believe the government is doing pretty much good, and much has to be done between government and communities and even individuals in terms of responding very, very fast to contain and quarantine some of these patients. And as long as we have that, then obviously we'll have recoveries as we are having in some places part of the world.
All right. And when you talk about this data analysis, what category of data are you referring to that the AI could, use for its automation?
So there's no amount of data that is useless for AI. It just depends on the data scientist to determine how he tends to shape the data, how he tends to format the data and build the algorithm. So we are talking about the image data, data about the molecules of the COVID, data about what are the responses, what are the reaction, medical data that medical experts collect from some of these patients. They are all useful, and having access to this data. And of course, something I would like to add is, it's very critical, at this very moment that we embrace open data.
Okay.
Health data is a data that is very restrictive and due to privacy, which we understand. But it's very critical that we embrace open data and bring in experts to give them access to this data and allow them to try out new things which could potentially provide solutions.
I think wonderful. That this is very educative, and I love this open data. So I would want us to talk more about the data analysis and how, if the government open its door, we could have young scientists like you go into manufacturing this machine, so that some dreaded disease that the whole world has called it and categorized it to be pandemic could be at least preventive as much as possible and isolated from the community. Please stay tuned. Spectacle is still on, and we are talking about coronavirus and how artificial intelligence could help fight it. This is interesting.
Bashir. That was Bashir.
Yeah, Bashir, Nigerian Bashir.
Bashir, I congratulate you. I must tell you, artificial intelligence, machines.
To detect coronavirus.
And then he said something about it, with the right algorithms.
Yeah.
You can actually feed the AI machine with enough information that will actually predict, will actually give you a 100% or 80% prediction of what could actually happen to coronavirus in the next few days.
I think that's
where it will be, and with the right statistics from patients and all of that. That's
wonderful.
That's wonderful.
That's wonderful. I think the federal government needs to look into. Maybe we need more of this, in the country.
Yeah, of course.
In every state, every local government.
Of course.
It's a pretty. In fact, Nigerians are doing well for ourselves. Nigerians are doing well, even when they say the system is not working, but at least you could see good things.
Which system is not working? Everything is working.
Everything is working. People are still complaining about the system. You understand?
I have a problem, Zuera.
What's the problem?
The problem I have
is
that all of these things that we can do as Africans, as Nigerians, there are some factors that need to be put in place.
That's what I'm saying.
For us to actually get those things right.
That's the same thing I'm saying.
I don't want to dig into this Bashir. I don't want to dig into his background.
No.
But if I look into very well, I have this feeling he probably will have had some foreign education and all of that. I don't want.
We're not too sure.
I'm not sure,
Yeah.
but probably because the way the system is, and the way globalization is catching up on us, there are some factors that we need to put in place. One of them is power supply.
Yeah, power supply. In fact, I wanted to even ask you how you enjoying the weather.
The weather?
Yes, how you enjoying it?
So hot.
It's hot?
So hot.
Don't you feel like you're in England right now?
No, I don't feel like that. I feel like I'm somewhere in Nigeria.
Well, people have actually complained that the power supply has not been constant like it used to be. Like this year is actually, it's not nice.
The epileptic
it's not funny.
nature of
It's
the
not
power
funny.
supply
Yes.
is worse than the
Like
light not
last
being
year.
at all. We know when there's no power, when there's
You
power,
know
you
that
know there's no
the
power.
power.
But this on, 5 minutes off. And then it comes on, it looks as if someone is just behind it and playing with the stuff.
You
understand? But then there's a problem. There is this problem. So we are going to meet you right about now this week. You were there.
Yeah, I was there.
That
Yeah, I was
happened
there.
during this week.
Yeah.
You were finding the opinions of people about what they can say to the president.
Yeah, on Speak to Mr. President.
Talk to Mr. President.
Yeah, their opinion.
Their opinions about they
Power
should
supply.
give him advice.
Yes. And people actually spoke their mind, but let's watch what
All right.
Nigerians had to say. Good day and how are you doing? I'm Zoera reporting for TVN. On today's episode of Speak to Mr. President, we'll be requesting Nigerians to send a word to the President on the issue of power holding supply in the country. Please stay with us.
If he can really take a good advice from the experts, I mean from the people that knows how to manage the power sector. That is the most corrupt system department we ever have in Nigeria. So if Mr. President could at least call up the people, the expectorate that know how to manage the power sector very well, I think we will go a long way.
Mr. President knows what to do since he's fighting corruption. If you look at the power sector, it's the worst and corrupt sector so far in this country. If you look at it vividly, the masses were being forced to pay what they did not enjoy and nothing to show for it. The light, you are not enjoying the light and you pay, you must definitely pay for it. So if Mr. President want to do the right thing, these people that they call ADC or whatsoever, they are failed already. They should look for better hand.
Mr. President is trying to make the power supply to be okay. But the cabal, they are not working well to make the power to be steady. Like me, my house, I'm living in Lugbe. Since over 3 or 4 days now, we don't have light. And they are bringing bill, almost 40,000 naira for me. And it's painful. So I want to make this government, at least Mr. President, to put eyes to make everything to be okay.
This issue of power is getting too long. We don't know what exactly is the problem on this issue of power. I remember when the Minister of Power, was a governor in Lagos, he said within 6 months he will fix power in the country. But now he has been there for about 5 years now, and yet the power issue is still epileptic. So what exactly is the problem? They should double up their efforts in trying to fix this thing. They should speak to us what exactly is going on so that we know where the problem is lying now, so that we know who to hold responsible for not fixing that. But if they cannot come out and tell us where the problem is, then we hold them responsible for not able to meet up with the power supply of Nigerians for the past 5 years.
We've gone to a point that go to bed in darkness and wake up in darkness. The thing has eventually, obviously crippled businesses in Nigeria. They've been telling us how much billions of money that are gone into this power sector, but not yet nothing to show for it. The major problems Nigerians are facing now is even getting worse than maybe you say the police are collecting bribe, customs are collecting bribe. NEPA is the most corrupt sector in our country now. The president should please, as a matter of pleading, do something on this power sector.
there's a move I learned that he's making to invite the German investors to take over from this discourse. So maybe I encourage that one because we have seen that since this new disco operating the power system is not working out.
I would like to commend the president for the efforts which has been put in place to improve the power supply in Nigeria, because as we can see, I would like to believe things are better than before. But on the other hand, I also want him to know that there's still room for improvement, because power is a very critical sector of any nation, and it drives the economy, it drives businesses, it reduces prices.
Power supply is not, it's inadequate. There is no power, and they continue exploiting people without enjoying light. So what I feel the president should do is that he should take over those who they privatize it to. They should revisit that privatization and take over from the people and give it to the experts, not those that are interested in making money while Nigerians are dying.
Nigerians have spoken that the president needs to do a thorough check in the power sector and, if necessary, bring experts who will bring about positive change in the sector. Zoraira Hamza reporting for TVN.
Well, that was a lot of advice for Mr. President. Zubaira,
Yeah, it was,
do you think there's power supply in Nigeria? There is.
There is power supply,
There's power supply.
but it's not,
I want you to tell me exactly what the problem is. What did you discover from those people talking to you?
Well, most people poured out their mind that the power supply is not adequate as it used to be.
Is epileptic?
Yes, it
So
is.
then there's a problem. What actually is that problem?
The problem is
Supply
and maybe experts. We need extra experts. There are people that are expert in this field. They actually advise the president to get the experts. If these people are not doing their work, the power holding, you change them. You bring people that will move the country, the country forward. You understand? Because without power, businesses is dead.
Of course.
Businesses
it's not only
is
this.
shut
A lot of
down.
things
A
are
lot
shut
of
down.
things is shut
The
down
kind of
because
innovation that man came up with, he won't be able to do that. And so many others.
Everything, like everybody needs power. Everybody, you need light for everything. You can't say because the daytime at night. What about everybody needs power? So if Mr. President should look into the power sector, I think it will be a great one for Nigerians.
Of course,
yes,
definitely. And then I have another challenge. When I hear this kind of stuff, it gets me scared, because the world, like I used to say, is moving towards globalization.
Yeah, it is.
And this globalization thing, it has it needs power. People now have alternative power supply. People are finding a way to convert solar energy to power, and then they are doing all other kind of stuffs. They're even going on to the green energy, where you can get power from air and from grass and all of that. So it becomes worrisome for me when I discover that our country, we are still trying to struggle with hydro.
We're still
power supply. You understand?
Yeah.
Hydro power supply. Generate power through hydroelectricity and all of that. It's very disturbing to discover that when everybody's moving to another stage, we are still back. Yes.
It's worrisome. Like the president needs to look into it. Nigerians are actually, would I say they are suffering when it has to do with power supply.
I know that the president is working on something. This administration, they're working on something.
We are waiting. We're waiting for the results.
Okay.
Yes.
So, we're still on Rendezvous, and the program is taking you through trending issues that happened last week and the ones that have made headlines even today. So, we want to go a little into entertainment, and Nima is on the standby waiting for us. Nima, you want to tell us something about
top designers
in the country.
Yes.
And not in the country, in the world.
In the world.
Yes.
Let's see what Nima has for us.
The most lovely and majestic dresses used by the well-known models and celebrities were made by the most famous fashion designers around the globe. Every design they made are sold in the global market for hundreds and thousands. These popular personalities have shown the world how skilled and prosperous they are today. But who are the best fashion designers in the world? Welcome to Fashion Book with Nima. Join me as we look at the best fashion designers in the world. For number 1, we have Ralph Lauren. Before he became a famous designer, he had to work first in the retail business and sooner proceeded to establish his apparel, perfume, accessories, and even furniture lines. In the year 1967, he constituted his apparel company with Ralph Lauren Corporation, which is based in New York City. According to Forbes, Lauren's net worth is a whopping $7 billion. So we're going for number 2, of which is Giorgio Armani. Who loves Giorgio Armani suits? I know everybody likes Giorgio Armani suits. Giorgio Armani, who has been recognized as the first red carpet fashion designer and is very popular for his menswear inventions, which captivated every man's desire around the world. After launching his own business in 1975, Armani created many majestic suits for football athletes and Italian Olympians, and even clothed Bruce Wayne in The Dark Knight in 2008. Amazingly, Armani also drafts many of Lady Gaga's dresses for many high-profile events like the MTV and the Grammy Awards. Well, according to Forbes, Armani has $8.6 billion. So for number 3, we have Jimmy Choo. Jimmy Choo, a Malaysian fashion stylist who became famous for his hand-carved women's shoe style. Being a talented and unique craftsman, Choo succeeded in making the most stylish shoes around the world, and his designs were the first seen in Vogue. In 1960, Jimmy Choo Limited was established, now at retails, accessories, handbags, and perfumes. Choo also alleges that he is Princess Diana's shoemaker. His net worth is around $50 million. So number 4 on the list, Jean-Paul Gaultier. Considered to be the most influential French designer, Jean-Paul Gaultier mastered the work of custom-fitted attire that matches his high-end custom designs, also the ready-to-wear attire. After he introduced the design business in the year 1982, his work gained much recognition. His net worth is about $100 million. Wow, there's a large sum of money. Okay, so for number 5, we have Marc Jacobs. Before Jacob began his collection designs in 1986 and formally presented the Marc Jacobs label, he worked before as a stock boy at Charivari, a New York City clothing store. As a talented director, he was closely engaged with Louis Vuitton and established a library, and that was a big success. As of now, Jacob manages and owns over 200 retail shops all over the world. Marc Jacobs' expected net worth is $100 million. So for number 6, we have Roberto Cavalli, popular for his glamorous print-style leatherwear and denims. Roberto Cavalli is one of the various influential fashion stylists all over the world. After Cavalli launched his trademark in 1960s, he began working at the menswear creation and eyewear and represented his Just Cavalli line, which preyed a teenage audience with underwear sets, perfumes, jewelries, and accessories. His worth raised up to $500 million. So for number 7, we have Calvin Klein. Calvin Klein is actually my favorite shop. So Calvin Klein wants to leave his legacy through his signature designs in the world of fashion. Klein launched his own company in 1968 after he studied fashion and trained for clothes maker. His company designed clothes and more particular coats and suits. Calvin Klein Incorporation's headquarters are in the Midtown Manhattan, concentrated and specialized in making perfumes, jewelries, and sportswear. Calvin Klein's net worth is up to $700 million. And number 8, last but not the least, is Valentino Gabbani, an Italian designer and an incredible living legend. Valentino is no doubt one of the most talented and respectful fashion designers in the world. He is best known for his designing clothes for some of the famous celebrities and globe, including Princess Marja, Queen Paula of the Belgium, and Elizabeth Taylor. This 83-year-old fashion designer has been in the fashion industry for countless years with lots of experience. Before and after he established the Valentino Spa in 1960, he went to some luxury fashion houses. The fashion houses, such as Guy Laroche and Jesus, helped him gain a lot of experience for fashion design. Valentino's designs hold the potential to make each lady look amazing and charming with his popular Valentino red textile. So that's all we have on Fashion Book with Nima. Thanks for watching.
Well, that was Nima.
Yeah. Fashion rules the world.
Fashion rules the world. Oh my God.
Fashion does.
Then Marc Jacobs and all of
Valentino.
that. Roberto Cavalli.
Yeah.
Wow. I never knew those guys were so rich.
You never knew those
And
guys.
I never
were so
knew
rich.
that Ralph Lauren was that old.
Are you in this world? Are they?
Probably 100 million US dollars net what?
These guys are big. They are big. They are big. Like they are big. You need to have a lot of cash to patronize them.
You make perfumes.
Perfumes.
Jimmy Choo's.
Like CK, you know.
And Jimmy Choo started with making handmade shoes.
Yeah.
Locally handmade shoes.
Gradually,
And rose to
gradually,
become one of the top shoemakers in the world.
One step at a time. Like tomorrow now, like I said, the generator thing now, you start handmade generator.
Oh, that's what you're trying to say. How many
you
years?
Boo! They just hear about Adedela. your generator will be Adedel. Boom! You understand? Maybe yours will be the pink color. You get my point to differentiate yours.
That's okay. Don't take me too far. A lot of people have done so many things that you did not even boom anything.
I'm telling you, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing. I know your skills. You understand?
Okay,
So I'm looking at it.
Okay, thank you so much. But Zuwera,
Yes.
I observed something about the media. We are media people.
Okay.
So I think I need to tread cautiously here.
What's your observation?
But I observed something very striking.
Which is?
There are so many things that happen that never makes the front pages. It never makes the head. It never appeared in any of our national tabloids.
Okay.
And they are important. They are very important.
Okay.
Let me give you an example. You already know what I want to say.
Yeah.
You know that I'm not a particularly religious person.
Yes.
But there are some things that I expect
To be in the media.
to be in the media.
To encourage others.
Yes. The other time, we heard that Bishop Oyedepo built a road
Yeah.
from somewhere from Ota to
Lagos.
somewhere. Yeah, Lagos.
Then Oyakilome.
Oyakilome,
Yes.
as of last week, donated a 1 billion naira worth of structure to Benson Idahosa University.
Then Poleneche.
Poleneche, some times ago,
Yeah.
built a road
In Maraba.
in Maraba. Think about these things.
Well, I don't know. Maybe they don't want it to make headlines. That's my own observation. Maybe they don't want it to make headlines. Like it's
Or maybe they should have
humanitarian-
invited press and all of that.
You know, these are pastors. Most of them, they don't need the everywhere in the headlines. You know, these are humanitarian services, and most of them believe that their blessings comes from God, so they don't need to
No,
pronounce
we are not
what
trying to
they
bless them.
Yeah, they don't need to
Yeah.
pronounce what they've done and everything.
You don't understand my worry now. They
Okay.
are not the ones that told press not to come.
You might not be. You might not be too sure.
I'm sorry. They have their own, and then they send it out. You understand? They send it out to the media. But somehow, I think the media is attracted
To a particular part.
to a particular kind of news. Particular kind of information.
Yes. But you know one thing? Okay, we are media also, so I think we're trashing ourselves.
Yes, I am flogging myself.
Yes,
because
because
the coronavirus thing took everywhere.
It's everywhere.
I know it's a world pandemic,
Yeah.
but then eventually, what you see is that they just give you the whole lot of attention.
Yeah.
Before you know,
Sanusi
came. Before you know,
Oshomele, the next one. Let's not go too far. Let's not go too far. But you know what? If it was like stories of accusations,
Yes.
it will make
it transfer.
the headline.
Or
It
stories
will.
of some Almajiri suffering somewhere and all of that.
It will make
it goes
headlines.
far.
Yes, it
the
will.
days that somebody goes to give those Almajiri stuffs, nobody
talks about
nobody talks
it.
about
Nobody talks about it. That's like you said. There's a particular stories the media are actually attracted to.
Yeah.
You know. So let's leave it to that.
Let's leave it to that.
Let's leave it to
Let's
that.
leave it to that. But on a lighter note, and I'm so happy to be here today, Zuwera. I don't know about you.
I'm excited.
I'm so excited. And what else do you have to do this weekend?
Well, personally, a lot.
Okay.
A lot. Like, I don't, if I start mentioning them, I will not leave here today. So,
okay.
So,
But
let's leave that.
in the evenings, I want to go and play cricket.
Wow, that's nice. You play cricket?
I do.
Ah, you don't look it.
Okay.
I think you don't look it. You look more of
Badminton?
no.
Swimming? But that's okay. No problem. Whatever I like, I go do with my weekend.
Yes,
but then,
it's yours.
It's still Rendezvous, and I hope that you viewer out there
Had a great time,
Great
like we
time.
did.
Had a great time.
Yeah.
We had a great time with you, trying to bring you up to speed with some of the things that happened during the week and some of the things that are still happening right about now. And it's our pleasure. We so hope to stay with you much longer.
But we can't. We
right
just
about
have to
now.
go.
But we'll have to leave them with something.
Yeah, posh spice.
Spice.
Priscilla is standing.
Standing.
Though we're gonna miss you all.
Miss you.
But see you same time, same station next week. And let's see what Priscilla has as we say. Bye-bye.
Bye.
This is Posh Pie's entertainment news on Television Nigerian, and here you guessed the latest lowdown on all of the stories that are currently trending on social media in Nigeria and the world over. So yes, you know how some rumors are always flying around on social media. Well, Nollywood actress Foluke Daramola has shut down all the rumor mongers sharing the news that the actress died. She has shared a video on social media.
Hi guys, how you all doing? Hope you're doing well. I don't know where people are getting the impression that I died. I don't know who died though. It is my enemies that will die.
So, I mean, the best thing about being a celebrity is the life of glitz and glam, but sometimes it is not as it seems. So Young Sis, former hype man DJ Timmy, has cried out on Twitter about the fact that while working for Young Sis, he was forced to live above his means, including buying a Benz worth 11 million naira and renting a 3-bedroom apartment worth 2.5 million. For 2.5, not worth, because it's not like he bought it, so for 2.5 million. He went on to say how he had tried to kill himself in 2019 with Sniper and how he is at square zero now because he used up all his savings. Well, Young Sis has also come out and he shared a tweet which read, "My guy, no go drink Sniper, oh, now who die, now him lose." That's very sarcastic and mean. Okay, so Toke Makinwa is no mincemeat when it comes to sharing sexy pictures, and her massive backside has had its own fair share of attention. While sharing a picture of herself looking steamy hot and showing off her assets, she shared a caption which read, "My back is constantly turned to negative energy. Scratch motivational caption. Yes, I'm showing off my ass because I think it's a trend. Insert Lauryn Hill doo-wop. Good morning, damn, I'm all that." Wow, I wish I could share pictures like that and post captions like that. That's just so daring. So if you are or wherever a James Bond fan, then you definitely know Daniel Craig. The 52-year-old actor posed shirtless for the April 2020 edition of GQ magazine and disclosed it is his last ever Bond interview for GQ magazine as he is to leave the 007 franchise. He shared his anxieties over the script No Time to Die, the very next release of the franchise, also admitting to feeling very low. Yes. If you do not know about the situation of the Emir of Kano being dethroned, then you must live under a rock. So Nigerian veteran musician Idris Abdul Karim has shared a post mocking the dethroned Emir with the caption, "Dear Sanusi Lamido, a corrupt man caught stuffing dollars into his babariga removed you from office. It's an unfortunate situation, but this is the price you have to pay for championing the Jonathan is corrupt cause with no evidence but propaganda." So Uche Jumbo is being dragged on Twitter. The actress shared a tweet about coronavirus and Twitter users have since come at her. The tweet read, "Reading up on #coronavirus outbreak, we should all collectively do so before the government use this to disappear the newly borrowed money. For example, the virus cannot survive in a hot environment. Still reading, please do so to be safe, #cautious out there." And yes, people came at her, they're like, why will you say that? Where is your proof? Okay, yes, even in, very, very hot desert areas, coronavirus is thriving. So why would you just come out and now say that coronavirus cannot thrive in hot places? Besides, Nigeria is not even that hot. Well, that's about it on this episode of Posh Spice Entertainment News. I'm Priscilla Ajishla. Have a blessed day. Don't forget to follow us on all social media platforms. Like, comment, subscribe, and also remember, God loves you. Peace.